Good evening and welcome to State of Business on Art Television. I'm Tamiru Nimsal. Let's have a look at the headlines. IRD establishes a secure transactions registry for the benefit of the SMEs. Government plans a new act to preserve archaeological heritage in the country. News in detail. Inland Revenue Department says that small and medium enterprises in Sri Lanka are set to benefit from the newly established Secure Transactions Registry. The newly established Secure Transactions Registry aims to facilitate the use of movable assets as collateral for loans while ensuring financial stability and fostering economic growth in the country. With technical assistance from the International Finance Corporation, the new Secure Transactions Registry Act aims to address legal and operational challenges in the existing law. This is a collective effort led by the Credit Information Bureau, which is mostly known as the CRIB, in collaboration with the Central Bank of Sri Lanka and the Ministry of Finance. SMEs comprise more than 75% of enterprises, while accounting for 45% of employment and 52% of the country's GDP. Yet they cite access to finance as one of the key obstacles hindering their growth potential. Against the backdrop, a robust legal framework to register security interests over movable assets will help unlock the full potential of small businesses in Sri Lanka through easier access to loans. An official from the CRIB said that the enactment of the new law and major amendments to 7 related laws is a critical step in developing a fully fledged secured transaction framework to mortgage movable assets in the country. The official also added that the move will protect the rights of all types of regulated financial institutions, encouraging them to provide financing secured by movable collateral. Globally, businesses are restricted from using movable collateral such as machinery, inventory, accounts receivables, crops, and equipment to obtain financing because many countries do not have functioning laws and registries to govern secure transactions. Secure transactions reform is also an avenue that can help encourage women as they are more likely to have movable assets to pledge to start or expand a business. The Minister of Buddha Shasana, Religious and Cultural Affairs, Vidura Vikramanayake, announced that the government will develop a new bill aimed at managing the discovery and preservation of antiquities and archaeological heritage. The minister said this speaking at the Presidential Media Center last week. The ministry, in collaboration with the Department of Archaeology, is working on a new bill focused on formally managing the discovery and preservation of national heritage sites and objects. Minister Vikramanayake mentioned that the drafting of the bill will involve input from Bhikkhu Dialogue. This collaborative effort aims to incorporate diverse viewpoints and recommendations from stakeholders, including religious leaders, into the legislation. The ministry anticipates dispersing the financial allocation to the respective sacred places by March 15, 2024. In addition to the bill on antiquities and archaeological heritage, efforts are also underway to draft the Bhikkhu Dialogue Act. State Minister for Education Arvind Kumar underscored the significance of the proposed scholarship program, which aims to support 100,000 economically disadvantaged students during the 2024-2025 academic year. State Minister said this during a media briefing at the Presidential Media Center recently. The scholarship program aims to alleviate financial burdens and enable deserving students to pursue their academic goals without hindrance. The government plans to advance the General Certificate of Education Advanced Level Exam to Grade 12 and the General Certificate of Education Ordinary Level Exam to Grade 10. These reforms aim to expedite university entrance for students and enable them to enter the workforce at a young age. A pre-grade program before grade 1 will be introduced to recognize children's cognitive abilities and rapid learning potential. Plans include establishing 20 new zonal education officers to implement future educational initiatives and ensure efficient administration of educational policies. Implementation of a cluster education system by amalgamating multiple schools aims to elevate the quality of school education and streamline administration. Stay tuned. We will return after the short commercial break. Welcome back after the break. The Art Tattoo 2024 Educational and Technological Exhibition held in Jaffna to commemorate the Sri Lanka Air Force's 73rd anniversary has yielded significant interest from the youth in the region. More than 250 youths from Jaffna have applied to join the Sri Lanka Air Force during the Air Tattoo 2024 exhibition, which was held recently. This surge in interest, with over 100 aspiring officers and 156 seeking other ranks, indicates a notable shift in the community's perception of the Air Force. The Air Tattoo event served as a platform for education, technological exploration, and strengthening ties between the Sri Lanka Air Force and the Jaffna community. The final day of the event saw the senior advisor on national security to the President and Chief of the Presidential Staff, Sagal Ratnayaka, attending as the chief guest. The SLAF conducted a recruitment program in Jaffna for the first time, reflecting the Air Force's commitment to engaging with communities across the country. Sagal Ratnayaka emphasized the government's focus on developing the North, particularly Jaffna, by bolstering tourism and manufacturing industries. Overall, the Air Tattoo 2024 facilitated dialogue, engagement, and opportunities for the youth of Jaffna to contribute to national security and development initiatives. Hutch Sri Lanka, one of the leading mobile service providers in Sri Lanka, has initiated a groundbreaking project titled Uplifting Education Through Sustainable Mobility in collaboration with the Ministry of Education. Hutch Sri Lanka distributed 130 electric bicycles to rural schools and their staff across Sri Lanka at an event held in Colombo recently. The initiative reflects its commitment to CSR and sustainability beyond its telecommunications services. It showcases the company's dedication to positively impacting children, education, and community development. The e-bikes were officially handed over during a special ceremony attended by the Honorable Minister of Education Dr. Susil Premjayantha and Ann Chen, Director of Hutchison Asia Telecommunications. Saumitra Gupta emphasized the company's dedication to sustainable practices, community upliftment, and technological advancement. He highlighted the company's aim for lasting impact, inclusivity, and sustainability through initiatives like this. Hutch Sri Lanka is part of CK Hutchison Holdings Limited, a Fortune Global 500 corporation operating in 11 countries across Europe, Asia, and Australia. Speaking at the event, the CEO of Hutch Lanka, Saumitra Gupta, said that the company remains committed to empower the rural education of Sri Lanka in line with its corporate vision. He also expressed commitment to support the Education Ministry in imparting education into cluster basis throughout the country.
Hutchison has a rich history of supporting communities. I would say it's absolute pride when I say that Hutchison globally has committed to rich contribution towards the society, towards the sustainability, towards the empowerment, and towards the socio-economic growth, which is inclusive in nature. So as part of that, Hutchison Sri Lanka has also taken a step in line with our corporate vision to help the rural community of Sri Lanka in association with Ministry of Education to take this entire thing forward. Education, we all understand that is a foundation for future. 95% of schools in Sri Lanka are in rural provincial areas. It's a sheer coincidence that 95% of population of Sri Lanka is covered by Hutch as well. So there's a synergy in terms of 95% schools and 95% coverage. That signifies a very critical point that we are covering in terms of our network, I would say 95% of rural schools. And that means we are in line with Honorable Minister's vision of rural education, wherein he has decided to empower the communities by imparting the education at a cluster basis. And it is absolutely immense joy for us also to be of any help in terms of ministry's program in empowerment of the education in the country.
Stay tuned for the stock update. Trading at Colombo Stock Exchange ended on positive notes today.
The all-share price index gained 50.37 points to close at 11,175.40, and the S&P SL20 gained 6.28 points to close at 3,181.33. The turnover was 1.4 billion rupees and over 91 million shares were traded.
Up next are forex rates. That's all our news for today. For this and more, subscribe to our channel on YouTube and follow us on Facebook. Take care and good night.